Alright, Smackdown. I'm sorry that there was no TNA review. I was not feeling well, and as I said on Wednesday, there's been a situation in my building still going on, and I had to deal with it. Next to not feeling well, which was stress. It's messed with my stomach. I'll say that much. But I'm going to say this. When you look at this show before Saturday night's main event, 1 week before, you go, was that worth it? Really? I think that might be the title of this. Was that worth it? And I'm like, I don't think so. Let's do the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. We're going to do them first. When it came to Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and Michin, let's make this very clear. Did you believe that Alexa was going to win? Yeah. Because she just came back and she's popular. Did you think Michin was going to get anywhere? No. Michin pretty much has not done anything other than working with BFAB. And they're supposed to be going after the tag titles, which right now really don't look so good. And then you got Chelsea. The only other person that looked like they could win this, but at this point where the secret haggis is not, if it's haggis, women. I can't remember what it is now, what they call themselves, Herbis. Really is done. They're not in a position with the U.S. title anymore. They're just not going to do that now. They're not going to let her have that title with the secret Herbis. I don't believe they will. So you see this match and you go, okay, it'll be a good match. At least you know that when it comes to Michin and Chelsea, they'll be fine. The question's going to be Alexa. Now we know Alexa already had one match, and at least a match or two already. But let's make it very clear. Alexa has not been on the main roster for 2 years. And no matter what anybody says, even though she did okay job, she is not going to be in ring shape. No matter how much you work, until you do it constantly, then you know you're good. And you can work. So the next couple of months is going to be a big question of what is she going to look like as she gets herself in the ring shape. Now, she did it right here. But let's make it very clear, it wasn't perfect. And honestly, there was no one else they could pick in this situation. They weren't going to use Michin, they weren't going to use Chelsea Green. It was Alexa, even if she screwed up. Now, the men's qualifying match. Rey Fenix, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. Now, I was not sure about Rey because they're just beginning to build him up, working on the main roster, working with Legado del Fantasma, working with Andrade. I'm not sure if they're ready to actually put him in that type of position. I just didn't see it. Then I look at Jimmy. Look, I like Jimmy. I do. I like Jay better because Jay had to bust his ass to get where he is today. And I never said I hated Jimmy. I was angry at him when he did his DWI. But overall, I've always liked Jimmy. And now you could see that because he has to work by himself, he is getting better. I do believe in certain situations, he actually has a better character than Jay. There's no way to deny it. The story for Jay, he easily could be the next tribal chief because they built him that way. But when it comes to Jimmy, they made him look like an idiot. And then he had to figure a way, after he was finally by himself, to reconstruct himself. At least what they're allowed to let him do. So I think he's done pretty good for himself. Doesn't mean he's done great, but pretty good. But I didn't see him winning. So because you now got, well, Mikaleo, JC Mikaleo, which is basically Jeff Cobb, Hip Mikaleo, you see this match and you know the only person that makes any sense is going to be Solo. So Solo does win the match. But after he wins, you get LA Knight, and he already attacked earlier that night. Earlier when they had their segment in the ring, which was a little more tease. And I'm not going to go far with it. We know that the tease is coming. well, not tease, more of the war that's going to come is better than a tease. The war between Jacob and Solo is coming. It is going to happen. And they teased it again, but LA beat up on Micheleo. And then again, he does it. And we see Nick Aldis coming out saying, you know what, LA, you want to fight him? And JC, you want to just do what you do? No, 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 no. We do our stuff in the ring. And we get it now. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing this now when you could have used Saturday Night Main Event with JC? Why? Was it because he wasn't in ring shape? Now, I won't tell you that he worked well. He does look a little more heavy than he normally does. So I can tell you this. If you looked at Jeff Cobb before, like a year ago, and Jeff Cobb now, he looks like he gained a little bit more weight. So he looks a little more out of shape than he normally looks, which is fine. He can get back into shape now that he's able to go in WWE and he can work weekly. But why here? What? This made no sense to do this here. You could have done it at Saturday Night Main Event. You could have. You could have scheduled this. And I think it would have been good for Jeff Cobb to actually have this moment at Saturday Night Main Event. You see me botching here? You know the reason I'm botching? The reason I'm botching is that this could have been a good test to see if he can handle himself on a pay-per-view. Didn't want to do it. So I'm like, come on, this is bullshit. They could have scheduled it in Saturday Night Main Event. They could have. And he did win after a long drawn match that didn't look very great. It wasn't bad, but it didn't look great for him. Now you're going to say, well, that's good. They can work the kinks out. Not in 1 week. It would have been better. He had the Saturday Night Main Event. Yes, it wasn't a great match. Whatever he would have done with LA, but at least it would have been done and you wouldn't worry about what he's going to be doing next. Okay. Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black. Let me ask you a question. What is Aleister Black doing? What? Tell me. If you know, tell me what you think he's doing. Because as it stands, Aleister Black is acting like the Aleister Black from NXT Black and Gold. But the problem here is that everyone has seen him in Black and Gold. And when he was on the main roster, when Vince was there, and they did almost nothing with him, what we thought we were going to get on the main roster? We thought we'd get something extra, something more from Aleister Black. Now, I don't hate Aleister Black. I actually liked him. But I'm questioning, what are they doing? It's not about the entrance, and it's not about his ring work. It's about what are they going to do with him. As I've always stated over and over again in nauseum, it's not about what they did before somewhere else. It's about what you're going to do with them now. And honestly, working with Carmelo Hayes and The Miz feels like a downgrade. What is he doing? You're having a feud with The Miz and Melo. Melo and Miz, you can build into something. But you're sticking them with Aleister Black. That now, 4 weeks in a row, Black Mass has taken out 100% a Miz. Then, it's thrown out due to the fact that Miz got pissed off because of what Aleister Black did. And yeah, Melo got his hit. He got in his... Yeah, Melo don't miss. But what does that really give Carmelo Hayes? I don't know. I honestly am not seeing what they're building here with Carmelo Hayes and Miz working with Aleister Black. Aleister could be built very interestingly. You got more than a few people on the roster that he can go through that are just sitting in the back, and he can eat through those people without hitting the main people who are on the main roster. You can bring people in from NXT and they can job for him. You can bring people that have been in catering that are still there. Because we already know many people have been released. And I know I was supposed to do a video, but because of what's been going on, I have not been able to film it. So I'm sorry, I'm going to leave it. But I will say this about the releases. It wasn't unexpected. I wasn't surprised. But as I said, what are we getting? Now, let me say this about R-Truth. You got one more week to make R-Truth interesting. Not saying the interview with Wade Barrett was bad. I want to see what else they're going to do. I would have liked to see this further along, but now they're just going to do it as Sunday Night Main Event. So this is like a side thing, like a side mission in a video game. I don't know if this is going to really give us anything. Honestly, I don't. But I'm hoping we'll get something good that can also, from Sunday Night Main Event, continue going beyond. But I don't know. Drew and Priest's own videos. Well, pretty much Damian Priest in video and Drew in the ring looking really got his ass beat up bad look. And now we're going to have a steel cage. This got to be the end. I'm telling you now. If they don't end this feud between the two, we are now degrading their equity to the fans. Yes, they could still have great matches beyond that, but we're here. And when we have this steel cage, it's got to end. If it doesn't, it's going this. I'm saying it now. We are going to go downhill from here. After the steel cage match, if they don't end it there and they do a last man standings match or a first blood match or whatever else you want, it is going downhill from there because legitimately, they got nothing for these guys to do but continually fight one another. And that shows they lose equity. I'm just being honest here. And, do I want to say anything about what happened with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte? No. It really wasn't much there. Still not built yet. Final match. Let me give it to you like this. Did we really need this here? Honestly. Did we really need this match here? Did we really need this? Nia Jax with Tiffany Stratton here. Did we need Naomi trying to come out with a chair, ready to wrap it around someone's head, and then Jade Cargill chases after her? Do we really need that there too? Honestly, I feel like it wasn't necessary. We didn't need that match because you could have still made the match at Saturday night's main event. Now, I know it's only a 2-hour show, but you can put in certain things that are important. You could have put this in. Honestly, this feels like this was thrown together because they just didn't want to put on Saturday night's main event. That's what it felt like. Naomi could have been scheduled for next week. And you could have done the same thing that when you saw that Nia Jax had Naomi in the background. You had pretty much when Tiffany and Jade Cargill were talking, you see her again. I wish that they would put more interest on Naomi because as it stands, Naomi's not going to get anywhere. What is she doing? Naomi hasn't done anything different. Just because they changed her character into a heel and people are interested in it, what are they doing? They're making it more about someone else than her. We get more interest from Naomi right now as a heel than Jade Cargill as a face. And honestly, the only reason they're stuck together is because, guess what? Bianca's fingers are broken, and until she heals, they can't go any further with Jade, and they can't go any further with Naomi, and they're stuck together. And worse yet, when it's over and Bianca comes back, Naomi will be used again to spearhead the new story between Jade and Bianca, because there's no other thing that she's going to be used for. Did we really need this? That's what I'm going to put in my title. I think that's it. But this is just me. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to see if I can film some stuff. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try to film a couple of videos. Like, maybe I'll check out Reality Wrestling. I was considering checking it. Or I'll do a gut report on what I've heard about something else. I can't remember. About Sabu. That's what I might do. the video about Sabu. I really think I should do a video of that. I'm hoping I can without being distracted. But this is just me. Peace.